Yeah, black love, black excellence, right? Diddy is reportedly seeking a pardon from Donald Trump. His team is out there trying to negotiate with him currently as we speak. And that's what's being reported. This is for all them black men. Hey, cheers to all the people in the comments that be like, as a black man, you should want Diddy to go home. Yeah, okay. And I have nothing against Trump personally. Just, I'm going to state that on the record. I don't have nothing against none of these people. I just look at these people as people. I don't worship these people like y'all. I don't care if Diddy is a black man, white man, yellow man. I don't care if Trump don't affect my life the way I don't care, right? I don't be looking at these guys like that, like y'all do. But I think it is pretty funny, and I think it is pretty ironic that this is all racially motivated as a defense, is now seeking an audience with the Don. Buddy want to kiss the ring. He said, I'll kiss the ring. Hey, as a black man, stop telling us as a black man what we should do and think. As a black man, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to think what I want to think. If I say I don't believe Diddy should come home, hey, as a black man, mind your business. You think what you want to think. These celebrities pander to y'all, man. Diddy pandered to y'all. Hey, black this, black that, man. Black, he's the biggest. Look, one of these dudes be the biggest black-owned businesses. Like, y'all notice y'all heard Wallow 267 motivational speaker came out. He got criticized for saying that black people a lot of blacks tried to use this like black-owned business, support me because and Wallow was like, man, F all that. Is your business good? Hey, when it hit the fan, we see where he ran to. Suge Knight called it first. This is a live stream, by the way. We're going to get into all that. Suge called it first. And we're going to talk. We're going to have a real conversation. This is for my people. We're going to have a real conversation today. But before we get started, I don't even stream on Saturdays. I take Saturdays off, but I had to. God bless everybody that's listening in the chat. On some level, we entertaining, but on other levels, we educating. My name is Will Evans. We talk about entertainment news from the entrepreneur perspective over here. And I like to come and bring these topics to the channel to use them as teachable moments so you guys can learn something, not just take it as entertainment. I want you guys to walk away with learning lessons. Every time you watch a Will Evans live stream, you should walk away with something that you did not have before you came to the live stream, and not just entertainment-wise, right? Something that you can apply to your life. That's what my goal is here. My company is ULegend Media. Make sure you go to the website, ulegend.com, ulgnd.com, and scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Sign up for our private live events every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. We do a private live event called From Stuck to Seven Figures, where we help people get unstuck from whatever level in business that they're at. I have a whole company, whole staff. Me and all my staff, we coach entrepreneurs. And that's why we come to these lives and do these topics, man, because I think there's a lot to learn from these things. So make sure you go to the website, ULegend, From Stuck to Seven Figures. 4 steps. We're going to teach you how to find your purpose, find the perfect business idea for you, turn it into profit. Or if you're already running your business, we're going to teach you how to get unstuck from that. I'm working $50,000 a year and I'm working a job like it's I'm working a business like it's a job, or I'm stuck at this level. Will, I'm just stuck. We're going to help you get unstuck over there. So make sure you sign up for that. Before we get into the live stream and all the topics, or this topic rather, I got a few articles, a few pieces of information we're going to go through and see what Diddy is saying in the Trumpster. But I always start a live stream, all my live streams, with a prayer, so we're going to start that way today. Dear Heavenly Father, as we come to you, God, asking that you bless everybody under the sound of my voice, everybody listening, God. Even though I'm here to entertain, I ask that you let people walk away with something educational, that they learn something that they could take in their life, God, that we're able to help them with their daily problems, Lord. And I ask that you use me like you used the donkey that you rode in on Palm Sunday in order to be a vessel for whatever you have me to say today. In Jesus' name, amen. So let's get into it, yo. So Suge Knight caught this first, right? And if you was watching the live stream when I first broke this news a couple of days ago, what Suge said, I didn't really want to hear that. I was like, I don't know if that's gonna happen. Suge Knight theorized that Diddy would tamper with the jury and get pardoned by Donald Trump. Salute to Suge. He did call this a couple of days ago. He said that this is what Diddy was going to go with. Cassie has already made her. Cassie has already. Let me slow down because I'm too hyped. Cassie has already made several disturbing claims about her toxic relationship with Diddy. Recently, Suge Knight called in to report where he shared a bombshell theory about Diddy's trial. Hey, the article says the former death row boss Suge said he thinks the music mogul could allegedly try to sway the jury and that he could pardon Donald Trump or get pardoned by Donald Trump if convicted. Suge was so on point. I got a report to show you guys that they say that Diddy is paying people outside the courthouse in order to protest and say free Diddy. Like that's how he don't believe he coming home. I think his lawyers know. They changed his defense several times. Right? And I'm going to show you guys that in a second. But I want to get through this article. Hey, by the way, this is for all them guys. Everybody that's in them comments, oh, black man, this, black man. Look, bro, the same ones that be talking that in July be taking that off in December. Y'all boys get ready for some basketball. The same ones that be talking it, that be popping it in July, be taking it off in December. Y'all boys go get ready for some basketball. So, Suge said this before. He said, Puffy's not a dummy. I'm sure somebody's going to talk to those jurors and convince one or two of them that's all you need is one. Suge Knight made these claims shortly after Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Cassie, mentioned him on a stand during the trial. She alleged that the Bad Boy founder once left his freak-off parties abruptly to confront Suge Knight at a diner. During her testimony, she recalled being afraid of what could happen. She would say, I was crying, I was screaming, please don't do anything stupid. You know how women are. This is the same guy that said all these things are racially motivated. Diddy's lawyer alleged that Diddy's hostile treatment is racially motivated. The feds have not been playing nice with the mogul. Diddy's fame and fortune has not helped him as of late. When this report came out, 50 Cent was on Instagram clowning, and 50 was like, Diddy in jail, like, they treat me like I'm black. Hey, I'm not laughing at the calamity of Diddy. I'm laughing at the irony of the situation. By the way, I don't wish jail on nobody, but I also don't wish that I don't want nobody committing crimes like what Diddy is accused of. This is sick stuff, dog. Right? So I'm not laughing at him. I'm laughing at the irony of I'm really laughing at the people that worship these celebrities, to be real. Look how ironic it is. Y'all taking that, y'all was talking that in July. Now y'all taking it off in December. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. So Diddy that was one of his first defenses for this whole case. He was trying to say this is a legal thing. He even went as far as to at the last minute during this trial, it was reported that Diddy made a last minute push to hire a black female attorney because his whole legal team was white. Said in February, Diddy suggested race was a contributing factor in the prosecution's allegations against him. Said they noted that it was originally named the White Slave Traffic Act, which he's talking about the Mann Act, saying it was a long and troubling history as a statute with racist origins used to target black men and protect white women from them, supposedly. So the prosecution denied the idea at the time, said race has no role whatsoever in any of this. And obviously they're going to say that. But that was Diddy's first defense. He tried to come out and say, they doing this to me because I'm black. He wasn't saying that because he really felt that way. He's saying that because he believes that y'all will believe that. And he needed the public on his side because the jury is tainted. And the jury saw the Cassie video. And the jury already feel a way about Diddy before he got to trial. They even had trouble picking jurors because everybody already saw what's been going on. And his legal team, they thought if we send Diddy back to New York, if you remember, I'm gonna take you guys back. If you recall, before Diddy turned himself in to go to jail, or before he went back to New York knowing he was going to go to jail, I should say. By the way, he's such a degenerate. Let me show y'all, man. He's such a degenerate. The day he was arrested, they said he was the hotel that they arrested him in said that he had. Look, let me just show y'all. The same day that he was going to jail, the same day he got arrested in that hotel, it was reported, or it was testified on the stand during his trial, said Diddy's trial hears shocking claims about what he was planning to do the same day he was arrested. Federal authorities found everything the day he was arrested at the hotel that he was arrested at, from drugs to baby oil, in his Manhattan hotel room when he was arrested. They raided his hotel room the day they picked him up, and they found all the freak off stuff. So he was going to have one the same day. So for all the people like, oh, Cassie, this is all Cassie fault. He was doing the same thing the same day. Brent, what's her name? Benda, who works for the Homeland Security Investigations Human Trafficking Division, participated in the searches related to Combs' investigation and was involved in coordinating his arrest at the Manhattan hotel. Baby oil, which has become intrinsically linked to the hip hop mogul during the investigation, was found alongside bags of Astroglide lubricant inside his closet. This is the day he was arrested at the hotel. This one Ziploc bag filled with Johnson's baby oil. You see another Ziploc bag filled with Astroglide that was in the hallway closet. She said that's what she found in Diddy's room at the hotel the day of arrest, the night of arrest. She also claimed that they found mood lighting as well as drugs, including ketamine and MDMA in his room. There was also pouches of pink cocaine in a medication bottle in his drawer the day he was arrested. So that's for all the people. So, just keep that in mind. So this dude, he don't got no, like, he ain't got, I don't know. He ain't got no sense. He ain't got no sense. But he's been trying to sell that black stuff to y'all. So you got to think he ain't coming home regardless. They found you with drugs at the hotel, dog, the day you arrest. He made a push to hire a black female attorney because he knew that would look crazy for the public if you playing this black card and you ain't even got a black lawyer. Everything is a PR push. My father used to tell me, hey, everything you see in entertainment and all that news and all that stuff, when I was a kid, when you a kid, you fascinated by celebrities. Oh, Dad, look what this celebrity doing. My pops used to be like, hey, man, 99% of that ish is an optical illusion. Man, as a child, I did not understand what my father was saying. When I became a man, I put away childish things. I understand exactly what Pops was saying now. Man, this stuff don't be real. Y'all think Diddy out there just making, so y'all thought he was producing the music. He in there producing the freak offs. All right, now you move this. Okay, you do that. That's what he been doing this for 30 years, homie, if not more, probably. So this whole thing's crazy. So he didn't knelt down, kiss the ring. You get what I'm saying? And it's funny because he endorsed Kamala, which is a whole nother thing. We'll get into that. But this ain't racially motivated. So they said his original legal defense was claiming that this whole thing is racially motivated. That's what the article said. Then we know that the second defense that came out was consent. It was all consensual. Then they went and got 4 victims that said this was not consensual, and he did it. So he couldn't play that card no more. Then after the consent defense, he told the judge, well, Your Honor, in entertainment, this is called a swinger lifestyle. It was more like a swinger lifestyle. Judge said, okay, that's fine. If you want to portray yourself that way, you can, but just don't mention any other celebrities. So they threw that defense out because they couldn't establish that a culture of people was doing this, because the judge said you're not allowed to mention anybody else. Then he tried to argue, well, yes, there was domestic violence, but Cassie was hitting me too, Your Honor. That's obviously not going to play well in court. So they threw that out. And there was another defense that they switched to at the end. What was the defense? It was something else that they tried to go to. And I'm like, none of this is smart. All of it leans towards, I'm scared and I'm about to go to jail. Nobody changes their defense the week of trial 5 times. You just fishing. Right? The only person that I've seen come out and support Diddy is Boosie. Said Boosie continues defending Diddy despite Cassie's trial testimony. If Boosie is the one standing in your corner, no disrespect to Bupac, but Diddy gonna need some stronger allies. You feel what I'm saying? But this is that black man stuff. But and mind you, Nothing against Trump. I don't care about who you vote for. You vote for who you want to vote for. I don't care. That stuff don't move me. I follow Jesus. I don't follow these guys. But a lot of y'all hypocritical, Diddy included. You know, and I think that's the ironic part. What did Boosie say? Boosie said, the article says he's continuing to come to the defense of Diddy. In one fiery post, he proclaimed Diddy's innocence and downplayed the seriousness of the allegations against Cassie, that made by Cassie. He said, "I don't see no crimes committed in this case. This is no RICO charge. You shouldn't be sent to jail for being a freak. This is a case of two freaks having a relationship. That's well and fine, bro. But you can't bring in people. You can't fly in people from out of state saying I'm in the import and exporting business. That's what's in this case. Sometimes we overlook the big things for the entertaining things. You know, the entertaining things is more important, especially our people. Black people, we don't do nothing, but we'll do anything for entertainment. It's sad. It's sad. They out there interviewing Fleece Johnson, a man that's self-proclaimed rapist of other men, and they doing skits with him. We'll do anything for entertainment. They'll put the booty warrior on their skit for if it make people laugh. We so I know they ain't even looking at the details of the case. Everybody, oh, you shouldn't be in jail for being a freak. Dog, he was trafficking people. People were coming forward saying, yes, he was flying me in and out of state, paying me $2,000 to $5,000. The prostitute got on the stand, a man, and said, Diddy told me he's in the importing and exporting humans business. And y'all like, what's the crime? Some people, look, this ain't about Boosie. This is just in general, because I think Boosie is a smart dude. But a lot of people just like being ignorant for the sake of ignorance because it's more fun to be ignorant. It's easier. It don't require no work. You know what I'm saying? To have a brain requires work. Now, I'm not saying that Cassie ain't. I think Cassie is you know, y'all know. I don't think she no innocent lamb at all. But I also don't think she deserved nothing that, as far as being beat up and forced to sleep with men and freak off for 96 hours straight. I don't think she deserved. If that's true, come on. Do I think she's innocent? Nope. Do I think that Kim Porter, when Kim Porter passed, Diddy saying all that, how much he loved Kim and all that has a lot to do with her bitterness? Absolutely, I believe that. I don't think that a woman that get $30 million from Diddy, $10 million from the hotel after the video came out, and all this, and ruin this man's reputation, wants to see him go do life in prison unless he either, one, really did something to her that's that serious, or two, she's really that bitter, because a scorned woman, we all know. Or three, both. If we keep it at 100. So, like I said, man, it's been reported that Diddy is out there kissing the ring of the Don. The report says Diddy's close associates are reportedly trying to get a pardon from Donald Trump. Suge Knight recently theorized about this, which I just showed you guys. Said the Diddy trial just ended its 5th day of jury selection, and it's far too early to make heads or tails of it so far, meaning that more things are coming forward. They do have to prove they're still fighting. Like now we got established that Diddy, the domestic violence, why people couldn't leave, the fear and force. Now they're going to establish the RICO, I believe, next. Says, however, it seems like Sean Combs' team is considering any and every possibility to get him out of prison, regardless of his federal and criminal legal process outcome. As per a Rolling Stone report, the Bad Boy Mogul's close associates are trying to secure a presidential pardon from Donald Trump. This alleged move was revealed by 3 alleged sources supposedly close to the situation that spoke to the outlet. These dudes, man, look. He's trying to secure a pardon from Trump, dog. He wouldn't feel comfortable doing that unless there was already a relationship there, I believe. I don't know that Donald would do it, because why would he have to do it? You went and supported Combs. I'm just being real. These billionaires be egotistic. You right? We're going to get back to the article in a second, but Trump is a billionaire before the presidency. It's going to be ego play. Oh, so now, hey, go ahead. Go ahead and kiss it. All right. No. No, I can't do that. Thanks for kissing the ring. No, get up out of here. Man, y'all tried to bury me. Where was y'all at when I was going through my case? That's how I'm gonna feel if I was Trump. Where was y'all at when I was, man, where was you at when Debo was choking me out in Smoke backyard? Oh, that was different. Man, I'm not doing nothing, man. Don't call my phone. The feds is on you, boy. I was just, y'all know I was saying grab her by the coochie about 6 years ago. I ain't trying to get involved in that, man. I ain't trying to get involved with y'all. If I'm Trump, I'm trying to stay away from all that. Man, they gonna tie me up. If I pardon you, they gonna say I'm with you, man. Get up out of here. I just put the Epstein list up. Man, don't come around here. You hot, boy. What are you talking about, man? If I'm Trump, I ain't doing nothing. Let's see what the article's saying. It said during the presidential transition and the convicted United States president's first few months of his second term, Combs' team allegedly started to attempt contacting him. And I believe, by the way, this is why Diddy wanted Kamala in there, because he gave her some money before, and I'm gonna show y'all that. He wanted Kamala in office because he was already in jail when she got selected by not the people, but when the government, I guess, selected because you got to remember, Kamala didn't get our votes and say, hey, we want her to be the candidate. She just kind of got it tossed in there because Biden stepped to the side. I don't know how that even worked, personally. I don't remember nobody saying, and I know for a fact it didn't happen, but nobody was like, yo, if Biden can't run, we should let Kamala run. No, they just decided that for us and then started marketing it to us. Y'all marketed that to us. Nobody picked her, by the way. But Diddy went and started pandering, giving her money and all that. Right? And I think that was because he knew this was coming down the pipeline and I'm going to need a friend in that office. And then she didn't win. And she collected billions, by the way. But she didn't win. And then I was like, dang, I got to go back to Donald. So it says during the presidential transition and the convicted United States president's first few months of his second term, Diddy's team allegedly started to attempt contact. This allegedly included longtime friends and partners of Diddy who reached out to various Trump transition and administration officials, as well as other close individuals to Trump. This is a quote. He's willing to do anything right now to get out of jail, the source said. They've allegedly known Combs for over a decade, and this group of associates also reportedly have years-long bonds with him. Quote, he's always been this way. He's always going to do what he has to do to get out of a situation. He doesn't even like Donald Trump. I believe there's a lot of these celebrities and a lot of these guys with no integrity that they'll do anything to get out of anything or to get into anything, whatever they want at the moment. No morals, no integrity, nothing internally that makes them go, you know what? I'm going to be who I am. They don't even know who they are. That's why all these drugs is involved. So dude said, I don't even like Trump, but I'll use him. Here's a lesson for my entrepreneurs, all my business people that's listening. They don't like you, but they'll use you. So stop taking business personally. Understand that to be used and to be utilized is a part of business. And understand that if somebody do something wrong, it's because you gave them the opportunity to. There's a lot of people out there that have partnerships. I get questions from my clients. Hey, I'm in a partnership. This partner is screwing me. What should I do? You should understand from the beginning that even if we brothers, if we mom and dad, whatever it is, whoever it is, they're going to do what's in the best interest of them. And don't ever mistake us doing a business deal for us having a business relationship. Because what's good for me is bad for you in business. And what's bad for you is good for me. And we just negotiating deals. What can I give you so you can give this to me? That's business. And a lot of times, especially from my culture in business, we don't get to the 7 figures mark, a lot of you guys, because, excuse me, We don't get to the 7-figure mark because we get in our feelings. And we think that there's supposed to be some honor amongst these. These dudes is grimy. Business is grimy. I used to be in the streets when I was young, 19, 18, 20. As a child, I thought as a child. When I became a man, I put away childish things. But I could tell you from being in business for the last 11 years, being a millionaire for the last 3, 6-figure earner the last 6.5. I'm telling you guys, business is more grimy than anything else out there. These dudes are ruthless. They'll ruin your life. They'll take everything that you own. They'll use you until they can't use you no more. My father used to tell me a parable about business. He said, hey, always remember this. Look at yourself as an ATM. And if somebody could come to your ATM, press the buttons on it, and get $100 or $1 million every single day, how many days in a row do you think that they're going to come do it? Do you think that they're not going to come get the $1 million tomorrow because they got the $1 million yesterday? No, they're going to come and get as many millions out of you as they can. That's what it means to be unemotional in business. Understand that you are an ATM to people, and all they're going to do is butter you up, say the right things. That's why I don't fall for all that black excellence, man, get out of here with that. I don't fall for that. I support my people. I've probably done more for my people. I'll march for my people. I'll do all that. I got you guys. And I have done it. I've been on the cover of LA Times. Facts. I led 6,000 people protest and all that. But you're not going to fool me. Look, because I don't want this to be misconstrued. I don't want it to be misconstrued. Like I'm just saying anti-black stuff. But I want it to be clear. Right? This is the LA Times. Who is that? Who is that? Let's not get it misconstrued. He's running for governor right now, by the way. But what you're not going to do is fool me and use me. So I'm telling y'all, I don't fall for that stuff. So my father used to say, if they come every day, you think they're not going to come tomorrow? Understand that in business, you're an ATM, whether you're the customer or the owner. And people will use you as long as you allow them. The only way to get that to stop is to say, no, you can't take no money out today. That's business. Diddy said he don't even like this dude, but he'll use him. And he gave Kamala money. Y'all stop falling for these celebrities, man. Stop falling for them. Why? Because they're using you too. You just on the other side of it. You just don't have nothing to offer them except your support. He's paying. It's been reported that he's paying supporters outside the courthouse to protest for him. Diddy supporters are reportedly being paid to protest for him outside Trials Courthouse. Folks are allegedly paying people to wear free Diddy shirts outside the federal courthouse. It's all a game. Half of what you see, 90% of what you see, optical illusion. Half of it is real, half of it is fake. Really, people are really out there protesting, but the other half of it that you don't see is he's paying those people to be out there, and nobody really care. It should be a red flag when you see adults outside protesting anyway. Because, bro, who's protesting for Diddy to come home for real without being paid? These dudes, these are poor people that they need some money right now. It's not even realistic. Said the Diddy trial kicked off. The report said a TikTok clip was caught from Emily Knows Everything. It shows a group of protesters near the federal trials courthouse wearing free Diddy t-shirts. The person recording claims that these people are being paid $20 an hour to just wear the t-shirt outside the courthouse. And are trying to convince others to do the same. That's their job. $20 an hour, you can go get you a free Diddy t-shirt. And if you stand outside trying to get other people to wear $20 an hour shirts, then that's the game. They playing games. The recorders, let me just finish this article. It says the recorder spoke to one person who denied the offer and claimed this was to promote Combs' new cryptocurrency he launched in the middle of his criminal trial. Of course, take all this with a grain of salt. So let's see what this video talking about. Let's see. They got a video on it. Let's see.
Why do you feel that way?
So these are all paid protesters. You can get $20 an hour if you wear a t-shirt.
You gotta speak up.
She just got recruited, right?
I refuse.
You said no.
No.
It wasn't worth the 20?
No, but like he told me that it's for a Diddy coin, so I'm not really sure what that is. Yeah, they just tried to pay me $20 to wear a free fucking shirt.
Stop. I knew, I could tell because
The lady right there, she just kept convincing me to go wear a shirt, and I'm like, I'm dead.
that's what, so just $20. And if you guys were, if you need $20, all you have to do is wear a free puff shirt.
And just stand out here.
And you said no.
Yeah, I said no.
Did they say how many hours?
$20 an hour. And she told me she got paid like $60 yesterday for standing out here in 3 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He don't even like you, but he'll use you. $20 an hour. Hit that like button if you ain't hit that like button yet. My bad. I ain't even say that. Come on now. This is crazy. That's why I don't fall for it. That's why I don't fall for it. Oh, black excellence, black love, bro. You love you. You don't care nothing about nobody. You know, and I might get criticized for saying, hey, I'll say this. Look, man, these celebrities that y'all be worshiping, be careful who you follow on social media. Be careful who you follow in general. When you say I follow this person, what you're really saying is this person is my leader. This person leads me in some capacity. Oh, I'm not talking about the people, your family members. I'm talking about the celebrities that y'all follow for no reason. Make sure that you're learning something from them. If they're leading you, they should be leading you to something that makes sense, not just to distraction. And some of us, we just follow people haphazardly with I just follow this person. That's why I say I don't care about none of these dudes. Salute to the ones that doing the right things, keep doing the right thing. If you out there, you helping people, you doing what you're supposed to do, you're doing right by God, God bless you. That's what we're here to do. That's what we're here to do. I'm a millionaire. It's not even about money. It's about doing right as best you can. None of us are perfect. We all mess up. We all do wrong. I know I've done a lot of wrong in my life, but I help people. I've dedicated my life to that, right? These other people, they're dedicating their life to using people. You know why we can't be successful in business? A lot of us, you know why a lot of us struggle as entrepreneurs, and I teach my clients the same thing, is because we use the money or we use the people and love the money. We don't do it the other way. You're not supposed to use people and love the money. You're supposed to love the people and use the money to do it. How do I know that? Because in the Bible, there's a scripture where Jesus Christ talk about it's the parable of the shrewd manager. And at the end of the parable, he says, truly I say to you, use your worldly wealth to gain friends for yourselves, that they may one day welcome you into eternal dwellings. Luke chapter 16, go look it up. That means I'm supposed to use my money here for the people here. I'm using the money, not using the people. And these dudes, they be selling these stories, bro, and y'all be buying it. And it's nothing against them. It's just because, I mean, some of y'all want to buy it. So, if that's the kind of business y'all want to frequent, cool. But just something to think about, man. Diddy endorsed Kamala private prior to, I told you guys I'll show you this. It says Kamala Harris tweeted a thank you to Sean Diddy Combs, and it resurfaced after his trial began. Said Vice President Kamala Harris came under fire as an old tweet which she thanked now disgraced rapper Sean Diddy Combs for hosting a fundraiser for her first presidential campaign. Said this resurfaced after his trial or after his charges came. Said Harris's message of gratitude was sent during her previous run for the White House. Said, thank you, Diddy, for hosting this town hall last night. There's a lot at stake for our communities right now, and it's critical we bring to the forefront how coronavirus is perpetuating racial inequality and health disparities. So she thanked Diddy for putting some money in her pocket, basically. But I want y'all to even listen to the tone of her tweet. It's all pandering. All that stuff, man. These people don't be caring about us at all. They don't pay, man. Look, man. They here to entertain us and distract us. Smoke and mirrors. Hey, watch this while we do this. Diddy ain't no different. You know what his plan was? His lawyer's plan? I know because I know the legal system. The plan was, Diddy, you go back to New York. Turn yourself in, okay? You turn yourself in. Why? Because if y'all remember when all this kicked off, he jumped on the jet, left his kids in the States. And they was like, Diddy running, he on the jet. Remember that? His jet landed here, his jet landed there. His lawyer said, hey, you look guilty. Come back. You have to come back. An innocent man would turn himself in and fight and have his day in court and get bail. An innocent man wouldn't run, did he? So he comes back. Look, this is what we're going to do. This is Diddy's lawyer. This is what we're going to do. What we're going to do is you come back, turn yourself in. We're going to get you out on bail. We're going to push this trial back for 2 to 3 years. By then, the whole public is we just going to do some PR. You're going to do some marketing. The whole public is going to love you. By then, by the time that you go to trial, the jury going to see you as Diddy again. They ain't going to care about none of this. It's how it happens every time, Puff. And what happened was he came back, went to New York. And if you recall it correctly, Diddy was running around New York, popping up random places. He was just like in the streets of Harlem. And they was like, oh, Diddy outside. No Diddy, he outside. He was taking pictures with fans. He's just running around the streets doing nothing. But it wasn't doing nothing. It was PR. It was manipulation, man. There's a difference between marketing and manipulation, by the way, entrepreneurs. That's a good lesson. Let's talk about that. We'll talk about that in a second. Marketing and manipulation. Somebody remind me of that if I forget in a second. Because I might forget. But it was manipulation. He comes back. He goes to jail. The plan didn't go right. It didn't go like his lawyer said it would because he was supposed to get bail. They put up $50 million. That's why he was having. Who have you known? You guys have family members been locked up. I've been locked up. I have family members been locked up. Who do you know to get 4 bail hearings? 4 in the course of 2 or 3 months. Almost nobody. Diddy got 4 bail hearings. Every time he offered them more and more and more, and the judge kept saying no and no and no. $50 million. The first bail package was like $50 million and house arrest. They said no. $50 million house arrest. I give up my passport and we won't have nobody else come to the house except my lawyers. I won't even have my kids in the house. No. $50 million, all that stuff. And then I'll also put cameras in the house. And then you guys can monitor me every single day, seeing that I'm in my own home. I'm not leaving. I won't even leave. I'll have them bring food to me. I won't do nothing. No. The judge got so tired of saying no. And then the judge came to court and said that Diddy's sons are the reason that he was denying the bail package because Diddy's sons were out there intimidating witnesses, allegedly. That's what the judge said. Your sons are still posting on your Instagram account. And I reported all this before. That's how I know it off the top of my head. We already did live streams and reports on this stuff. But the judge was like, no, your sons are out there intimidating witnesses. Then Diddy got caught on a jail phone using somebody else's PIN number, another inmate's PIN number, to call witnesses from the jail. So the judge denied his bail packages. That wasn't a part of the plan. So what did Diddy do? Oh, I can't do jail. I got to get out of here, man. I'm going crazy. You know how dudes that ain't never been in no situation, they be hard timing. All my people that's been locked up before. He was on that stress box. He hard timing. He going crazy. He been in there for 30 days. You know what I'm saying? And he stressed out. He said, forget that speedy trial. Like most dudes in jail that make that mistake, that get stressed out, can't do the time, be like, speedy trial, I got to get out of here. You fighting a life sentence, you want a speedy trial? The feds came out. It was a report that came out right after he asked for the speedy trial. The feds was like, we can go to trial tomorrow. Literally, I'm not exaggerating. They was like, if he wants to go to trial tomorrow, we can start tomorrow. That spooked me. I was like, oh, they ready. Feds don't talk like that. They say things, they're confident, but they'll say like, we're going to be prepared and blah, blah, blah. It was nothing. It was arrogance almost. Like, yeah, we can go to trial tomorrow. What's happening? And now we're all where we are, where he's denying the plea deals and he think like it was all manipulation. The plan was to get out, manipulate the public for 2 or 3 years. We see him as a celebrity and they doing this wrong. They're doing this black man wrong. and he could get out. Maybe he even would have put out some videos of some of them freak off videos of Cassie would have surfaced on the internet. Then we would have forgot about him kicking her and dragging her through that hotel hallway. Maybe he would have, some of them tapes that he kept, he would have put them out if he would have been able to get out on bail. But it didn't go according to plan. My grandmother used to tell me a parable about, and I told you guys this before, I'm gonna say it again for the ones that haven't heard it. My grandma used to say a parable about the devil on the paddle boat. This is the devil on the paddle boat parable. She said when you have success, the devil put you on a paddle boat and you doing good. And y'all paddling. And you in the middle of the ocean and y'all paddling. You just paddling and you singing and you having all the fun in the world and you laughing because you did it. God rest my grandmother's soul. And she said, when you get into the middle of that water, the devil snatch the paddles, jump in his speedboat, and leave you out there. And then when you done with the song, you open your eyes and you realize you're in the middle of the ocean and he ain't there with you no more. And you don't know which way shore is. And I don't know how to get back. It's not impossible to get back, she would say. But you don't know where to start. And what the ocean represents in that story is sin. And what the shore represents is God's will for what he had for you. Right? God's will is the sand. The middle of the whole ocean, all the water represents sin. And the devil paddles with us into the sin. And then when we're in the middle of the sin, he leaves us in it to swim back for ourselves. And it's really hard to get back to God's will when you're already out there. And it's not impossible, but it's hard because you don't even know where to start. And then you realize, like, dang, how did I even get all the way out here? How many of us been there? Say me in the chat if you've been there before. Where you like, dang, I don't know how I got this bad. How did I get this far out into my mess? If we all being honest, we all been there. Right? That's what I see when I see this thing. When I see Diddy's situation. You so used to manipulating the public, doing what you want to do, how you want to do it, thinking you the king of everything. And you in the middle of the ocean now, bro, with no paddles. That's what I see. So what's the lesson for all my entrepreneurs that's listening? Understand, man. Oh, my bad. I almost forgot. The manipulation versus marketing thing, right? For my people that's listening, like I say, we do these topics from the entrepreneur perspective because there's learning lessons in this. For people that want to chase success, I don't care if you're working a 9 to 5. This is for you, right? People think that marketing, there's some people out there that think good marketing is manipulating people. That's just not the case. If I have to manipulate you, then there's something wrong about what I'm offering. Because I don't never sell nothing to nobody. I'm selling it for you. And if whatever I'm selling or whatever I'm promoting or whatever brand I have, if it's beneficial for you, then I don't have to manipulate you to buy into it. When we look at these guys, their job are to be deceivers. If you didn't know anything about this Diddy situation, right? And you just looked at everything Diddy posted online, then he portrays as like just somebody that just want to see black people successful and somebody that just, is just proud to do it for our people. Went and got the honorary degree from Howard University. All he talk about is black this, black that. Look, man, my pops, my mama, they taught me the way you are is the way you always gonna be. The way you are is the way you always be. If I do things like this now, then I'm always gonna do like. So when I hear the article where how they reported that, he's reaching out to Donald Trump now for the pardon, this article, and it says he's willing to do anything. The source says he's willing to do anything, quote, to get out of jail. They have allegedly known Combs for over a decade, meaning Trump's people, and the group of associates also reportedly have years-long bonds with him. He's always been this way, quote. Diddy is always going to do what he has to do to get out of a situation. He doesn't even like Donald Trump. If you'll use him, you'll use me. That's how I feel. If you think as a consumer, Diddy don't have no problem using Donald Trump, what do you think about you? For all the black man guys. As a black man, we should just support Diddy just because he black. No, I support right. I don't support foolishness. No matter how dark your skin is. I don't care. Foolishness is foolishness. I don't support it. I don't condone it. I don't want to be around it. I don't want my kids to know it. My scriptures say, walk with the wise, become wise. A companion of fools suffer harm. I don't want to be a companion of a fool. By the way, start watching. Be very careful about what you post on social media if you're in business. I'm not saying don't be yourself. I'm not saying conform to the patterns of the world. I'm saying just be aware. Because brand matters, and you have one whether you know it or not. And you're building one whether you know it or not. Watch what you're posting. Because a lot of this case for this guy, a lot of that stuff is coming back to haunt him. When he posting videos standing over Cassie, where she balled up under the blanket, that looked crazy to the public. And the same thing make you laugh, make you cry, man. Same thing make you live, make you die. So be careful what you post on social media, business people. Because and you can't fake it, man. My grandma say, "What don't come out in the wash, come out in the rinse." I feel my grandma's spirit today. I'm referencing her a lot. She said, "Well, don't come out in the wash, come out in the rinse." Jesus Christ said, "Everything done in the dark gonna come to the light." There's nothing that won't be known. The things that you've done in secret rooms are going to be shouted from housetops. That's what Jesus Christ said. Yeshua HaMashiach. There's a lot of people out there. Why do you reference Jesus? You black. Man, look. Y'all sound foolish. I've been to Africa. You're not going to go to Ethiopia and say nothing about Yeshua. I promise you, you won't. You're not going to go to Israel and walk through Jerusalem and say nothing about being no atheist or none of that. You're not. You're going to shut your mouth because you're going to be terrified. I walk through them places. That man respected in Africa. Y'all talking about black. You don't know what you're talking about. You ain't been black long enough, apparently. Plus all the other evidence. I could go into a whole bunch of pieces of evidence. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Said a fool. I see Jamal in the chat said a fool and their money are soon parted. My grandma said that's what the Bible said. That's the word, yo. Real talk. A fool and his money will soon part. People say, well, why would God even allow Diddy to get money? Because in Ecclesiastes, if you go read it, I think it's chapter 2, verse 26. I think it's chapter 2, 26. I can't remember. I think it's chapter 2 though. In Ecclesiastes, it says that for the one that pleases him, God has given wisdom, knowledge, and joy. But for the sinner, God has given him the business of gathering and collecting, only to give to the one who does please God. Diddy, people like Diddy, people that seem like, dang, man, this evil person got money. Why God allow that? Because God has given that type of person the business of gathering and collecting. Why? Because God has principles when it comes to wealth and making money and running businesses. The Bible talk about business and money. 2,350 verses in the Bible talk about money. 15 or 16, I think it's 16 of the 38 parables that Jesus Christ taught were about money. And now parables were taught repeatedly. Everywhere he went, he taught the same stories. So 16 of those 38 stories were about money. So money is very important, right? And there's a reason that it's talked about a lot. But why would God allow evil people to make money? It's not that he's just allowing it. Once God creates a principle, God cannot lie. God is truth, not tells the truth. God is truth. If God lies, God dies. So once God creates a principle for money, it don't matter who applied the principle. If I'm a bad person and I plant a seed, is it still going to grow? Yes. If I'm putting sunlight, water on it, and it's the right season, it's going to grow. It don't matter if I'm a bad person. So some people are able to use the principles, even if they don't know what the principles are, they're still planting the seed. And because principles are truth and they're automatic, it grows. Jesus Christ said, the children of this world, Luke chapter 16, the children of this world are more shrewd, meaning more calculated, more wise. They use better judgment when it comes to money. He said that they're more shrewd in their own generation than the children of the light. That means one of two things. One, all people are not God's children. We're all God's creation, but we're not all God's children. This is why Jesus said you are of your father, the devil, and you're going to do your father's will. Your desires to do your father's will. We're not all children. Romans chapter 9, everybody in Israel is not of Israel. That's what it says. Romans chapter 9. All the people from Abraham ain't of Abraham. That's what it says. Right? So one part of that is, the children of the light and children of the world, two different things. The other part of that is, hey, it don't mean that you can't learn nothing from the sinners. It don't mean you can't learn nothing from them. Look how they manage their money. We so busy building temples and altars and loving on God and building pulpits that we ain't building no resources. This is why you got Marvin Sapp in the church saying, close the doors. Close the doors. Because we ain't teaching our people. You want to make a Christian mad? Try to separate them from poverty. We don't teach our people about nothing. You know what I'm saying? This is why you got Marvin Sapp. Close the doors. I'm not letting nobody leave until we get $20 per person. Bro, if you taught them people how to make $40, they'll happily give you $20. That's why I coach entrepreneurs. Because it don't matter. I know that if I teach you how to make $1,000, if I teach you how to make $10,000 this month, if I teach you how to make if I teach you how to go from $250,000 to $1 million, and I charge you $40,000 to do it, are you going to be mad about that? No. Right? God is the God of abundance, not the God of lack. I bring more people to God on these live streams than half of y'all. Because y'all poor. And nobody wants to follow that. But when the rich guy, that's why God blessed me what he blessed me with. But guess what? These other people like this guy, he applies the principles too. And he out there feeding his people too. That's why God. So for the one that the scripture says, for the one that pleases him, God has given wisdom, knowledge, and joy. But for the sinner, God has given the business of gathering and collecting, only to give to the one who does please God. Did he get in trouble? He got to give all his companies away. $700 million net worth lost. $700 million in assets lost. He got to give all his money away. All them lawsuits hit. He had the business of gathering and collecting to give to the people that do please God. Lawsuit after lawsuit hit. Give all that money up. That's how it works. Why? Because the scripture says God is not mocked. You're not going to get on there and love. The Bible says God is love. You ain't representing that, bro. It said the script, the principle is God is not mocked. So now, boom, you want to mock God? Oh, I'm love. I'm brother love. Okay. God is giving you the business of gathering and collecting to give to the ones that do please God. I hope that you guys was blessed by the information on this live stream, man. Bill Maher said some things, but I don't really like Bill Maher, so I ain't going to put what he said on it. Y'all can go look it up for yourself if you want. Make sure you join us this Wednesday, from Stuck to Seven Figures. We do a private live event where I teach you the 4 steps to turn your purpose into profit. And if you have the business idea and you already running business, we just help you get unstuck, because a lot of people out there are stuck at that 6-figure level, or they're stuck at that, I'm making 60,000, 70,000, but I'm working my business like a job. I'm exhausted. I was just listening to a client making 1.2 million a year and exhausted and want to quit because they're just tired. So I teach you how to get unstuck from all those levels. And we do it in a live stream, and there's no cost. So go over there, put your email address in, join us on that private live stream. If you learned anything here today, and I hope that you guys do, I'm gonna answer some chat questions. If you have questions about business, I'll answer it. Let's do 6 minutes. Let's make it an even hour. Said, what you have to get people to buy. Why does a millionaire want to make people for other people? Want to make people for other people when he can keep it? That's the sell. Why tough sell trust? I don't know what you're saying, brother. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're saying. God bless you. I don't have no idea what you're saying. I don't see no business questions, so just save them for Wednesday's live stream. I'll see you guys then. Make sure you join. It's at the website that's pinned in the chat and scrolling right here. ulegend.com, short for Urban Legend. That's how you remember Urban Legend Will Evans. ulgnd.com, man. I hope that you guys was blessed by the information. I hope that you guys took something from it. I don't ever want you to come to a Will Evans live stream and just be entertained. Make sure you join my inner circle where we do private live networking sessions for all my entrepreneurs out there. If you're not in it, it's going to be great. We do our second half of From Stuck to Seven Figures over there every week, our networking sessions, and you get a direct access to me where you can ask me any question about business and I'll answer it during the networking session. We also do our business Bible studies over there, and there's some other perks that you can scroll through your portal on the inner circle and check it out. Only $9 a month if you want to join. If you don't, we already got a couple thousand people in our network, so we good. But God is good, man. I hope that you guys stay blessed. And I hope that you guys out there go chase success, because success is free. See you guys next time. See you guys on tomorrow's live stream. I'm here. Every live stream is done between 9 and 10 a.m., somewhere around there, almost every day. So just come back to the YouTube channel, subscribe, and put the notifications on so you get the notifications of every live. Come learn something every single day. God bless you guys. My name is Will Evans. I'll see you next time.